Dallas Cowboys. Well, what a fun battle this should be. Washington and Dallas, traditional rivals, underway here on Thanksgiving Day. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Play one, and Prescott to the air. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run, Achane. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Up the middle, Achane. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run it with Achane. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Devon Achane. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their 2nd possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Prescott from the gun. That's caught by the rookie Jaden Reed. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
Here we go, 46. And 47. 26.
Play action now, Prescott. Oh, and his early struggle. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Off play action. It's Howell. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a toss right side. Achane with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 7. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Achane on the counter. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Again, it's Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss as a middle linebacker quick or simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Green will come in motion right. On third down, Achane. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
McKenzie now to return it. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Dak, he wants to change the play. Off the play fake, Prescott being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Deontay Hardy back deep. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll give this to Achane. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 3rd down and 10. Here's Howell. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. To return is McKenzie. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Talk about flipping the script. That punt return 86 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Right back to Achane on second down. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And now an audible here into something else. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Powell, he'll look to throw it. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I think we have to give all the credit to the defense there. Very disciplined in their approach. Never allowed a cutback lane, which was exactly what he was looking for. They end up forcing him out of bounds for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
2nd and 5. Now, Hal's going to mix it up here. Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
94 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
They'll go. Achane.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, that 4th down decision, unconventional but effective, and they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs. They give to Achane on the option.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's the athleticism of Tyus Bowser on display, wrapping him up no problem.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. He finds Mayer here.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Tackle there by Nick Cross.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Back to throw, Howell.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Devon Achane.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season,
is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On play action, Prescott. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Powell down to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Rasul Douglas picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go, 47. Kill.
Prescott, he's going to change things up here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now Prescott. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
First down, Prescott.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And they'll get this down to the 10. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving. All tied, so you still got a reason to avoid Uncle Ed a little longer as the kick is away here. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first down, back to Achane.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Hal to throw on second down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Hey, kill. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. This is Fant on the short completion. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Now Prescott. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Well, he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Let's go back over Dak Prescott's career. 6 rushing touchdowns in each of his first 3 years, but only 1 in each of the last 2 seasons. As a veteran, he's become much more judicious about when it's time to take the ball and go for the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
They'll go play action. Howell. They'll fire this deep for Hardy. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Marcus May with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. The play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Well, Prescott here to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
2nd and 10.
Prescott now from the 50. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Howell. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Powell to throw.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Everybody, kill.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing here, Prescott. They'll roll him out right.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week,